Shavua Tov. Hello everybody. Chag Chanukah Sameach from my home in Modi'in, which is the city of the Maccabees, the heroes at the center of the story of Chanukah. And welcome to the Israel Brief, where you will get your news headlines from Israel, hot off the press and on a device near you every Monday to Thursday with myself, Rolene Marks, and brought to you as always by Lay of the Land. So let's take a look at those top stories, and we begin with our central story, of course, with Chanukah. Last night, President Herzog lit the first candle of Chanukah in the city of Hebron. Hebron is quite a contentious city, and it is also one of the 5 holiest cities in Judaism and is home to the Ma'arat HaMachpelah, the cave of the burial places of our patriarchs and matriarchs. A very, very holy place indeed, but Muslims see it as holy to themselves as well, and it is often quite a tinderbox. Nevertheless, the president arrived to light the first candle of Chanukah under heavy police presence. This was to keep back more left-wing or left-leaning protesters who weren't very happy about his presence there. Earlier in the day, both Hamas and the Palestinian Authority threatened violence if the president stormed the caves of the patriarchs and matriarchs. Now, I'm not sure how he will be storming any kind of building unless it's with some stale donuts, but nevertheless, the event went off without any serious violence or any kind of serious repercussions. Meanwhile, both Defense Minister Benny Gantz and Prime Minister Naftali Bennett joined the chief rabbi of the Kotel, the Wailing Wall, in Jerusalem to kindle the first light of Chanukah at Judaism's holiest place, the Western Wall. They also dedicated the lighting of the first candle to Eli Kay, Zichrono Livracha. Eli Kay, a South African-born national who made Aliyah to Israel as a lone soldier, was brutally murdered this time last week by a Hamas terrorist very, very close to where he worked and prayed, which was the Western Wall. And our thoughts and our prayers continue to be with his family. Meanwhile, making headlines around the world is the new variant that has been discovered by South African scientists, known as the Omicron variant. This highly contagious variant has resulted in several countries, including Israel, Japan, and Morocco, closing their borders to foreign visitors. Now, this created somewhat of an uproar with arrivals to Israel on a Friday morning. Many had to be turned back to the countries where they come from. In an address to the cabinet and to the country, the Prime Minister Naftali Bennett has said that it is a precaution. We want to be sure how much we can find out about this variant before we open it up again. We don't want to risk Israel's economy and her people from growing as they have through the Delta variant. Meanwhile, Health Minister has said that there's nothing to be hysterical about at the moment, and Israel is trying to increase vaccinations with the booster shot amongst civilians citizens who have not had their booster shot. Last week, we started vaccinating children between the ages of 5 and 11, and parents are encouraged to have their children vaccinated as soon as possible so that we don't have to close schools. In an address to the media, the Prime Minister also thanked South Africa's government as well as the medical fraternity for alerting the world and for being transparent about the Omicron virus, or variant rather. So Israel has closed off our borders for at least 2 weeks while we see what the effects of this variant is and find out more information. In other news, while this is all happening, many have asked, is the Miss Universe pageant scheduled to be held in the seaside port of Eilat on the 12th of December still going to go ahead? Well, it is. It has been confirmed that the Miss Universe contest will carry on. See, I've been eating far too many sufganiyot, so it is affecting my speech. It will go ahead next month, and we've already started to welcome a whole host of beauties from around the world, including Miss Chile, Miss Venezuela, Miss South Africa. Many were wondering if Lalela Mswane, the current Miss South Africa, will arrive. Her government has withdrawn their support of her, but she says that she is bending to courage rather than a controversy, and she has arrived with a message of positivity. Also arriving is Miss Greece. Now, this is contra to reports by BDS saying that Miss Greece had pulled out. A model trying to pass herself off as Miss Greece said that she would boycott Miss Universe in support of BDS. However, the real Miss Greece has arrived. I mean, all this controversy over a beauty pageant, who would have thought it? And if it wasn't controversial enough, Miss Thailand, as are many of the beauties, taking in the sights and sounds and, of course, tastes now of Israel, went to visit the Temple Mount yesterday. She took a very, very easy-going stroll on the Temple Mount and was accused by Hamas of storming the Temple Mount. Well, I don't know how much storming she did in a pair of high heels and a fabulous pantsuit, but there we are. So we wish all the contestants that will be competing in Miss Universe a wonderful time here in Israel. Please enjoy our beautiful country. Taste some of these sufganiyot, which are on sale for Chanukah. We promise it won't affect your swimsuit competition. But most of all, meet us, engage with us, and enjoy the sights and sounds of this beautiful country and all that we have to offer. And soon to be enjoying all that we have to offer is the latest or the new ambassador from the United States. Yes, after 10 months of being without an ambassador from the United States, Ambassador Thomas Nides has arrived in Israel and will start his post here. We wish him every success in his endeavors and in growing bilateral relations between our two countries that enjoy a very, very strong historic bilateral relationship based on shared values. And we wish our ambassador to the United States, Ambassador Michael Herzog, every success there as well. So we are literally a jam-packed Israel brief today, jam-packed because it is the most popular sufganiya or donut. But don't forget, you can check out our content online at www.layoftheland.online. The latest in the saga with UCT is up there right now by Stephen Schulman. It's also on our Facebook page. Maybe send some pictures or share pictures of you lighting your Chanukiot by posting them to our Chanukah greeting. You can find us at Lottel's site. And while you're posting those pictures, if you haven't already liked or followed us, please do so. We are on YouTube. Our channel is at the Israel Brief. If you like our content, please consider sharing, hitting the subscribe button. It's that red button below, and liking us. And don't forget, we're on Twitter as well. Wish us Chag Chanukah Sameach by following us at Lay of the Land with the digit 5. So with the Monday edition of the Israel Brief, I'm Rolene Marks, and we'll check in with each other again tomorrow for your top stories from the Holy Land.